Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you did, it's because you would like to learn how to make my very famous salmon salad. I make this a lot. Right now, I'm just showing it to you presented with some wheat thins because we're having company later on. But there are so many ways to enjoy this delicious salad. You can have it with wheat thins, any water crackers on top of a salad. You can serve it over a bed of steamed rice. Okay guys, so here are all of the ingredients that you're going to need. We're going to start off by showing you all of the ingredients one by one. I'm going to start off with these coleslaw. It's the three-color deli coleslaw, and the reason why I always choose the pre-packaged ones is not only because it's easier, but because it has 3 of the ingredients that I need. I'd like to have the green cabbage, I like some carrot for some added color, crunch, and a little bit of sweetness, and then some red cabbage also for color and crunch. And to that, we're going to have 2 cans of the salmon. I'm going to have the wild Alaskan pink salmon, the boneless, skinless one. I do not like the ones with bones and skin. That's just my personal preference. I just don't like it, so that's why I chose these. And if you want to be specific when it comes to size, it's 6 ounces. So I'm going to use 2 of the 6 ounces. And I'm also going to be adding 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. If you have regular mayonnaise, you can use that. If you want to go a little bit on the lighter side, you can use the light mayonnaise. And I'm also going to be using some parsley, some fresh parsley, 1 very big juicy lemon, 1 tomato. I'm going to be using 1 clove of fresh garlic, some white onion, 1 cucumber. I'm not going to be using the entire cucumber. I'm going to be using a little more than half. Some cilantro, fresh cilantro, and I'm going to be adding a little bit of garlic salt. So far in this bowl I have my 1 tomato, almost the entire white onion, and 1 clove of garlic. It's up to you if you want to use a big clove of garlic or a small clove of garlic and just cut it up really fine. And this here's my cucumber. Again, I used a little bit more than half of the cucumber that I showed you. It was a pretty long cucumber. And you can take off the skin if you want to, but I really love having the skin on. I love the added color that it gives. And you can cut them really small, or you can chop them up nice and big like this. I like to do a little bit of both because I do love the crunch that it gives. It's very refreshing too, so I like to do a little bit of both. I like to leave some really small pieces and some pretty decent sized pieces. You don't have to leave the skin on if you don't want to. And when it comes to the cilantro and the parsley, you can use as much or as little as you'd like. I like to get a very generous handful of both, and I like to give them a rough chop before putting them inside of my bowl. Make sure you give it a good rinse. I also washed the tomato and the cucumber as well. So here is an example of how I cut the parsley, just a very rough chop. I'm going to do the same with the cilantro. Now, as you can see, this salad that I'm making is not shy in color or flavor or nutrients. It's so beautiful. It's going to be nice and crunchy, filling, refreshing, and you're not going to feel bad for eating a lot of it. And if you stay tuned towards the end of the video, I'm also going to be going step by step on all of the ingredients and tell you the health benefits so that you can feel a little bit better about enjoying it and also giving it to your family, friends, and even your children. I just added the canned salmon, and I want you to notice that it's pretty packed in, and it's like this. So you can make sure that you don't just have chunks of salmon and the rest vegetables. What you're going to want to do is with the back of your fork or with your very clean hands, you're just going to get it. And if you're going to use your fork, just kind of mash. If you're going to use your hands, just going to get them, and you're just going to go like this, and that way you get a little bit of salmon in each bite. And usually when I make this recipe, I just use 1 can, but today I'm using 2 to make sure that there's a lot of salmon. But whenever I make this just for myself, I just like to use 1 can of salmon. And also, if you wanted to substitute tuna, you can do that as well. Now I've added the cabbage. The cabbage packet that I got is already pre-rinsed, but I like to give it another rinse. And I'm going to be adding my lemon juice. And here's a little trick for you. If you get a lemon and it's kind of hard to squeeze the juice out, just put it in the microwave for about 5 to 7 seconds. And then you're going to get the lemon, and then you put it down, and you just apply slight pressure. And then when you start to squeeze like I do, you get a very, very juicy lemon. Just like that. And now I'm going to be adding 1 cup of mayonnaise. And as you can tell, this really big bowl is already full. So I have to be very careful when mixing it. Now the reason why I add half a cup of mayonnaise is because I don't want to drown the salad. I just want to give it a nice even coat. Look at all the beautiful colors. And like I said, when I make this salad, I usually put this much vegetables in just 1 can of salmon, but that's my personal preference. That's why for this video I'm putting 2 cans of salmon, because a lot of people really do like, you know, salmon. If you're gonna have a salmon salad, might as well have a salmon salad and not a salad with a little bit of salmon in it. And then once I get it all mixed up, we're gonna be getting the garlic salt that I showed you earlier. And when it comes to that, I do not measure it. It really is just completely up to you, as much or as little as you'd like for some flavor. So here it is. This here is the end result of my delicious salmon salad. Now I am showing it to you like this is a dip because there's so many ways to enjoy this, as I said in the beginning of the video. Look at the beautiful, vibrant colors. I'm serving this up with some reduced fat wheat thins for company later on today. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Please be sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe if you can. That'd be great. And if you guys have any other ideas on other recipes that I can make, I'll be more than happy to show you. Also stay tuned, because after this I'm going to be going by each ingredient and letting you know what they are good for. You can serve it on top of some grilled chicken. I've had it on top of a tilapia before too, on top of a grilled tilapia. You can have it as a sandwich. You can even enjoy it just like this, just all by itself. Another great way to enjoy this is by toasting a whole wheat bread and adding it on top and having an open-faced salmon salad sandwich, and we love to put it on top of tostadas as well. What I love about this recipe is not only is it colorful, flavorful, and full of nutrients, but it's also very refreshing, you know, kind of like when it's really hot outside and it's a hot summer day and you want to enjoy some tuna. Once you have this salad, you're never going to go back to your traditional tuna with mayonnaise and crackers. You're gonna love this. Oh, and also I'm not sure if I mentioned, you don't need to have it with water crackers. You could have it with saltine crackers too. The